And a goal kick for Palace. Jack Mason in the sticks today. Oh, it's a risky pass back. It was really well attacked. Keeper Harry French had no time. Palace pouncing. In the end, though, it goes away for the goal kick, but that's an encouraging start from the Eagles. Really good chase from Casey. Palace out the traps well. Palace shaping up well enough to prevent Leicester coming forward and turn backwards, start again. And in possession with the Eagles in the centre. Lost out chance for Leicester then. Down that right-hand side for Owusu. Palace do enough at the near post through Benamar and then cleared away. And a handball against will be a free kick to Leicester. That's Will Lawrence. Back to the Finnish under-17 Max Adeji. Dean Benamar standing up well again. And away for another Leicester throw. I mentioned Jesse Derry being away. Man, second on the list of goals this season is Ben Casey, up top on his own. 2 goals in 7 games to his name so far. Palace losing the ball, having to defend the long ball. That will be tidied up though. Palace back in possession. And a free kick for the Eagles. And there's live audio commentary of the first team game. Spurs on Sunday at 2 PM, live audio commentary versus Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup on Wednesday the 30th at 7:45 as well. And here come Palace then. Bit of space on that right-hand side. Slightly heavy touch from Tyler White, but he still goes. Good chance for the Eagles. Couldn't wrap his foot around it enough to get it into the danger zone. Leicester will try and come away, but Palace putting the squeeze on. And George King just running it out of play, but it's decent from Palace. Drops down for captain Seb Williams, who gives it across to Benamar. That's Samadi. And again, as he gets the ball back from Walker Smith. White. Was inside for Williams, but loses out. And here come Leicester down the left this time. Being forced back again, though. Good work from the Eagles. Leicester win the second ball. And have a chance to stretch their legs down the left-hand side. And there is a former Palace man, Naima Balaji. He brought his man down, though. Solid defending to keep him at bay. And it will be a free kick. Or at least it will be when Seb Williams does his boots up. Plenty of experience in Seb Williams already. Played all but one in all competitions last season. 5 goals and 3 assists in that last campaign. Now, chance for Palace to break away over the halfway line. Room in support on the right-hand side, just a little bit behind Tyler White. Can't just poke it through for Williams. Strong header away from Walker-Smith. Might have to do it again here. Just over the top of him this time. Somali was helping him out, but here is Omar Balaji. And a good robust challenge. Away for the throw. And AG going back to Harry French. He does have a little bit more time on this occasion outside the 18-yard box. Will Lawrence to the right-hand side. Leicester just taking a minute or so to regroup and regather, get the ball to feet and find some shape. Palace will afford them a little bit of possession in those areas. Oh, I thought he kept it in for a moment. Not to be. Assistance flag goes up. In fact, it looks like it might have been offside. I think it is. Mason to Walker-Smith. White over the top first time. Header away from Lawrence. Isn't a convincing one and out of play. George King now. Well, that's good from King. Still he goes. Oh, Balaji all over him, but he shrugged him off and plays a nice ball to the left-hand side. Down the line with Casey. Pull back across the face. Chance for Palace just over the top. Fired back in, headed away. King still trying to keep it alive in there. Owusu coolly into the path of Diallo and away. That was nice from Palace. Particularly George King, who had to show good strength to get rid of Lalu Omabalaji. He burst forward. Leicester pressing in the middle. Ball stays in. And Samadi will give it across to Walker-Smith. King. It's not a bad ball over the top. Keeper just took a second to think about it. And then Harry French decided that it was his ball. George King's looked lively in the opening 10. Leicester trying to play themselves out, but Palace have done well to snuff that out and have the possession once more. Searching ball didn't find its target, but the Eagles will have the throw-in. Samadi back for Mason. He'll have to chase that one back, gives it to Mason once more, and it's decent clearance up the line from Mason and potentially turns it into an attack for Palace. Into the area, chance perhaps at the near post, fired over. Well, that was blink of an eye stuff really from Palace, who were defending there. One pass from the keeper, one touch down the line, and then rolled into the penalty area. Very nearly the lead for Palace. Lovely move. Well, Leicester have lost it in this area a few times before. They've found a way through this time and have found a little bit of space. Out wide to the left-hand side it goes. Balaji. White trying to stay with him. Clip to that back post. Header away is a good one. And then a push in the middle will gift Palace a free kick really in front of the 18-yard box. Had men forward there, Leicester. Palace will take it. There was the ball to the back post. And there is the push. Needless. Header away from Leicester. Back into the danger zone. Onto the edge of the area. And just clipped across a little too hard and high. Dashi trying to make something happen. Another Leicester throw. Well, it's been an open game so far. Palace with the best chance of the game. Just a yard or so away from taking the lead. It's a ball fired over the bar. Ball to the right-hand side from French. That was not a bad knock down the channel. Two Palace shirts smothering them out, but he somehow managed to get the turn on. Here's a chance for Leicester on the cut back at the byline. Space in the centre in front of the penalty spot. Still it bounces around, and there's the first goal of the game. And it's Leicester City who strike first. Palace couldn't get clear. And it's a side from the East Midlands who draw blood first and an early goal. 15 minutes in, Palace 0, Leicester 1. Once he'd got there, it had to be cleared. It was only a half clearance really, in truth, from Dawah, making his first start. And Palace could not get it away. Leicester take the lead. Well, they'll disappoint Palace, who have had the ball up and around our opposition's net a few times already in the first half, in the first 15 minutes even. And it is the visitors who take the lead. And there's confirmation on Balaji, former Palace man. Now gets his 5th goal of the season. Throw-in for Leicester. Nodded away by Williams. No foul is the cry from the sidelines, and that's the right call, and it's exactly what's happened. It's forced Leicester into a clearance. I'll give Palace a decent chance at the other end. Williams brings it down. Good strength inside from Casey. Rolls it outside. Now on the edge for Palace Ruffer with Tyler White. And that looked like a foul. Play on. Nice ball to the right-hand side. That's a really nice whip and a chance for 1-1. What a glorious effort. Stunning ball across. Once he'd rolled it in there for George King, who whipped it first time. He expected the Palace man just to nod it home. And instead he puts it wide. That should have been a leveller. Well, Leicester have only won once when they've gone 1-0 up so far this season. That was against West Bromwich Albion. Palace have gone behind to draw against Southampton. They've gone behind to win against Norwich. That's just offside. Ben Casey in the middle. Harry Frenchson in the pink. It's taken a bounce, but it should run through, and it does. Mason will collect that. Samadi. Walker-Smith to George King. Pass this time off target. Leicester in possession. Here is that danger man again. Weaving in and out, Omar Balaji. Keller linking up with Lawrence, who spreads it to the right-hand side. Dyke for Keller. Balaji back to Keller, and Omar Balaji continues that run. We'll have to stop now, though. It's better from Leicester, look a little bit calmer and confident. Just taking a lead in those passes in the middle. Lawrence edging forward. Good defending. A good challenge to steal the ball away, but Palace have got it back. Danaher coolly offloads to King. Should be a Palace ball, and is. And Tyler White will take it. It was a good flick on, and took a big knock in the back as well. And decide the free kick. Did well to rise and get there. And took a bang for his troubles. Well, George King is the man at fullback, if you want to call him fullback, this morning, who's looked lively. Beautiful ball over for that attempt that ended up going wide somehow. Usually leaves it to Freddie Cohen, the left back. He's got 5 assists so far for Palace this season. He doesn't feature. Palace will be disappointed after 22 minutes being 1-0 down, because they've had some really, really good chances. They had one before Leicester City took the lead. Poke over the bar. And then that one that we saw a little earlier. A beautiful weighted pass, first time from George King. And nodded past the upright by quite some distance. Certainly encouraging signs though for the Eagles, despite the scoreline. And Leicester have gone 1-0 up twice so far this season and gone on to lose. It's Brighton and Fulham. They've only gone ahead at 1-0 to win once this season. That was against bottom side West Brom. Palace back underway. Another free kick, which Palace take quickly. King knocks it down a channel, and that's a shame. Just a little slip from Dashi as he went to make the run. Somebody put his name on it, but there was still a little bit of confusion. You can only thigh it away. But a harmless ball through for Jack Mason. Samadi again, just for a second. Didn't quite come up with what he was trying to. Recovered well in the end, and it's a throw-in for Leicester. Not a lot of movement to choose from. Header away. And he finds Lawrence, and that one goes out of play for Leicester again. Palace do clear their lines. Only as far as Adeji, who has to go back though. Palace quickly up to try and press the keeper. Move themselves up the pitch. Free kick given to Leicester this time. And that one cut out. Back in possession with Leicester though, on the halfway line. Palace hunting in packs when that ball goes backwards. Did look as though it might have been a little push from Lawrence, but not given. Slide challenge. We'll put it out for a Leicester throw. And that's Reece Keller, the number 3 for Leicester. Cherry into the corner, and a challenge for a Leicester throw. Came by Charlie Walker-Smith. Tyler White sticking with his man and sticking to his task. Kaler again will take the throw for Leicester. Into the area, played across the face. That's a good clearance away considering how fast it came at it. Palace haven't got it away and the keeper has to save. Does well. Firstly, to keep the ball out, and then secondly, to get up and pounce upon it. That bounce there put them in trouble. And from there, it was dangerous. Didn't want to make too much contact. And the keeper able to save. And ball gives Dashi something to chase. Up against Will Lawrence, who turns and clears half away. That's really well done by Cherry. And a free kick for Palace. Good work from David Montjan to win it. Southampton under-18s lead Chelsea in one of the other games around the south this morning. Will Lawrence for Leicester City showing the yellow card. Well, it was a Leicester head that got there and it caused more problems than anything else. Served as a beautiful flick on for Palace. Put in by Banamar, there's the flick. Very nearly at the back post, George King was able to head it into the net, but just a little bit too quick for him to react, and possibly a bit behind him as well. Poked through, but Palace clear. Montjen striding away. Gets himself the throat. Tyler White takes it quickly. Looking for the run of Williams. He shows good strength. Lovely 1-2. Williams to cross. Off of a Leicester boot and away for the corner for Palace. And Williams, the captain, showing all of the experience that he's already gained. Holding his man off. He's got a calmness about him, hasn't he? And a few options here for Palace if they want to play the short one. Williams is loitering around the edge of the 18-yard box. And it is he who gets it, and he does cross it. Header away. Hutchinson playing with fire in that area. The free kick is given to Leicester. Dangerous from Leicester in there. Palace got on the end of it, they'd have been right away. And only give away the free kick in the end. Crystal Palace 0, Leicester 1. Just approaching the half-hour mark. Clip over the top, looking for a Cherry. Good header away. Dowahat. Cherry back to Owusu. It's congested on that Leicester right, and it turns into Palace's left as they come forward. David Montjen rolling it in down the left-hand side for Casey. Couldn't quite stab it back across. And Leicester able to clear. Oh, that's brilliant in the centre. Really good work. Free kick for Palace, courtesy of Ewan Danaher. And he've enjoyed that on his first start. kick for Palace, they go long. That's not going to do any damage. Leicester will take their time. Henry French allowing his side to regroup, reshape. Palace have played some nice stuff at times. But it is the Eagles who trail by a goal to nil. And that's better. Palace will have a chance again here. That one a little too heavy. I think it was Benamar who made the cross. And it was out. Too high, too far, too hard. And throwing for Leicester City. Reece Keller, the number 3, with a ball in hand. Palace win the ball, that's good. Here's a chance. Seb Williams on the edge, he'll hit one. Couldn't quite wrap his foot around it. Fancied it though. You can't blame him for having a go. Opened up nicely, just found a bit of space as he rolled the shoulder of Dyke. Couldn't get a clean enough contact on it. Lawrence across to Keller. And for the captain again. Just tried to put it down the left-hand side for Amabalaji. George King watches it out. Tyler White will throw. Nodded back for White, who has to head it inside for Dashi. No foul in there. Play on, says the referee. Seb Williams pings it to the left-hand side. Another drive into the area. Good chance for Palace. And there's the equaliser. Wonderful finish. Benamar, who drove into the area, got his head up and slammed it into the bottom corner. Palace will feel they deserve that. 1-1. Dashi to Williams. Lovely ball from Williams, but the work was brilliant here, wasn't it? Benamar, who had plenty to do, and didn't he do it well? 1-1 the score. I mentioned earlier, it's finished 1-1 the last 2 games between these two. It could end up being curse of the commentator, but I don't think this one will. Palace with their towels up. 10 minutes roughly to go of the first half. George King doing his job well. There's Williams. Another spray to the left-hand side. This time it's cut out. Nodded back in by Samadi. And now to play a Palace throw. King. And Mason. Hasn't seen it for a while, the keeper. He'll be pleased about that. Tussle between Casey and the centre half. Montgen trying to do his stuff down the right-hand side. Has got support from Tyler White. Doesn't use him just yet. Still he goes, Montgen. Wins the corner. Palace have their tails up. Williams again is just hanging around on the angle this time. Looks like they're going in this time. To the back post it goes, and the keeper holds it really well, to his credit, Harry French. Palace on top right now. No way out for the Foxes, who go backwards again. They have to go long this time. Dealt with though by Walker-Smith. Tenacity in the middle to get the ball down the Palace right hand side. Back it goes from Adeyi. Cleared by French, chested down by King, but Leicester back in possession only for a second now, although they've done well to overturn it once again, and here they will come with Owusu. Benamar working really hard and pushes his man back. That's good. Captain Lawrence, who seems to make things tick in front of his back line. Cross to the back post. I don't think it was meant to go there. Jack Mason had to be very alert to that one. Held it well. We haven't seen the ball in that area for a little while. Palace have been well on top last 10 minutes or so. Got that deserved equaliser. Just want to keep turning the screw now in the last 7 minutes of this first half. Montgen having to tussle the game with Adeji and gets the free kick again. It's been roughing people up in the first half. It's been a nuisance, Adeji. Doing his job well. Free kick for Palace. Benamar over it at the moment. I think that's Dashi who he's joined by. Benamar runs away. Free kick to the back post. Up goes a Palace header. And it was Charlie Walker-Smith who arrived. And Harry French has to push it over the bar. Long searching free kick. All alone was Charlie Walker-Smith. And he's got the corner. Might even feel he could have done better with that Walker-Smith, given that there was no one around him. Oh, this time fizz to the near post, and Leicester deal with it this time. Away it goes. Hutchinson in possession. That's a nice ball down the line. Balaji again. Taking on Samadi this time, and Samadi does well. Reece Keller, number 3, with the throw. Finds a bit of room, goes inside. Palace have to stay on their feet, and they do that. And the Chariot going to ground, will be told to get back up, and that's been run out of play. And in fact, it's a corner. Leicester with a chance from a set piece. It's their turn. I think that might be the first of the game for Leicester. Caleb Dyke's going to be the man to whip it. To the back post, keeper called for it, but he couldn't get near it, and it bounces around and out for another corner. Whole melee of bodies in and around that 6-yard box. And that on the far side is Caleb Dyke again. Goes to the edge of that 6-yard box and over the top this time from Alpha Diallo. Goal kick for Palace. Just a little over 3 minutes to go of the first half. Regulation time. Jack Mason goes down the middle. Cherry with the header, met by Samade, down in the middle. And pinballing around, and Palace try and feed one through the middle. Ably defended, should be cleared, and is by Harry French. Hooked away by Danaher, and he gets himself a free kick too. Palace throw. Jack Mason outside of his area to collect. Well, knock over the top isn't a bad one. It's just inside the area. It was Casey trying to get there, and he's out-muscled his man. Well, he thought that that was his ball. Assistant had a different opinion. It will be a Leicester throw. Fully done enough there, Ben Casey, to win his side that throw-in in the corner. Well, that's good work again from Danaher. Montgen just leaning on his man just to make sure. Flick on will find Samade. Mason to Walker-Smith. Another knock over the top. Delightful touchdown from Williams. That will be a Palace throw despite the protestations of the Leicester defender. Tyler White inside. King crosses. Cleared away. Samade having to deal with the bounce. Another good challenge from Danaher. Maybe time left in this first half for Palace to have one more good go at that Leicester goal. White cutting inside. Challenge though from Kayla. Williams gets it back for the Eagles, but Leicester again in possession. Maybe there's time for them too. Well, there's a lovely little ball through for Hutchinson. Might have to do it alone and does. Jack Mason on top of it. That was a cherry. Lovely little reverse pass. Hutchinson just couldn't get enough laces through it to bother Jack Mason. And the keeper will just start to wind down towards that half-time whistle now, I think. Well, an air kick from the Leicester captain, and Palace have it back. Not a lot of support for White, who's done well just to keep it at his feet for now, and that's a challenge. It looked to me like he went through the back. Tyler White didn't like it either. Have a better look now. Well, make your own minds up. Throw-in is the answer. According to the officials, I think Palace should have had a little more than that. King just nudged off it. Right, on Balaji. Goal kick to Leicester City. Well, Leicester coming away again down the middle this time. Did well to find his man in the area. Turn was cleared. Williams will get the second one away. Back at the feet of Leicester again with Kayla. Now to Hutchinson. Defended by King and clears away. And that does bring the half-time whistle. It's been an action-packed first half, really. Crystal Palace fell behind to Omar Balaji, an old foe, after 15 minutes. But Benamar with an excellent strike on 34 levelled things up. And for now, at half-time from Cobblers Cove, it's Crystal Palace 1, Leicester City 1. We'll be back shortly with you soon. It's taken a little bit of time to get started. I think Lamaris just come on with something he shouldn't have done, a piece of jewellery. The referee sent him back to remove it. But we are looking as though we're about to start now in this second half. Palace 1, Leicester City 1. The score at half-time. Long early ball. Just looked as though there was a little push in the back there. Referee not giving it. That's not the best of defending, and that surely is a free kick for Palace this time. And it is David Montjan bearing down on goal. And that should bring a yellow card as well. That's pretty clear cut. So a good chance early for Palace then. And it looks as though there's a bit of a discussion about it. 3 Palace players interested at the moment. Williams still stood there. Benamar walking away. Benamar after his hit earlier on. Might fancy it on the edge of the area there if they roll it in. And it is Williams. And it's just wide. Goal kick for Leicester. Just a reminder that there is live commentary of the men's senior side for Tottenham Hotspur on Sunday at 2. And again for the game against Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup on Wednesday the 30th. That one at 7:45. Coolly down by Walker Smith. Mason will just trot forward. He's ball into the middle and a good touch from Williams. Back and across for Samadi. Oh, here will come Leicester on the edge. Nice football, just a little behind him as he tried to roll it through. And that was dangerous for a moment. That final pass just wasn't quite there. The Eagles were able to clear their lines. Corner in, keeper holds, and there's confirmation of your substitutes. Dashi off for Lameras at half-time. There's Danaher. Cut back, keeps it in by the looks of things, cleared away. Day going off for Daniels, as I'm sure you just saw on your screen, on the Leicester City side of things. Bit of time for Samadi to bring it under control. Leicester not applying the press too early in this second half. Palace looking for a way out. And that looked like a late one. It was on Benama. Just a little OTT from Diallo. Leicester had done well, really, to pen Palace in. Diallo just a little bit too wholehearted. That's Palace out for free, really. And it's Leicester in control. Just for a moment, as it goes back out of play. I must have taken a Palace boot as it finds its way up, because Leicester have the throw-in again. Lawrence with the return pass, and that's no good from Leicester. That will be a Palace throw. Having to go back for the moment. Long ball over the top. Just knocked down the right channel. Looking for Casey. Still on the ground, Casey, and still working really hard. That's very good from Casey. Thought he was going to get the free kick. He doesn't. He's going to have to keep on battling on the ground, and finally it results in the referee blowing his whistle. And the free kick's given to Leicester. And he's booked for it as well. Well, he wasn't giving it up easily, Casey, was he? Too much of a fight in the end for the referee's liking. Harry French on the edge of the Leicester box, or a little further out than the edge, in fact. Taking his time, and in the end, puts his defender under a bit of pressure. It's good in the middle. Knocked over the top. Montgen trying to keep it in. Out and away for the throw. Benamar will take it. Lost in the middle. Forward from Lawrence. Palace tidy up. That's Diallo. And again. Real way through for Leicester. I'm going to try and clip it down the right hand side. It should be dealt with by Samadi. And it is indeed. Too strong for Bizawusu. Heavy touch this time from Montgen, and Leicester have it back. Owusu driving, nothing given as he goes to ground, and Palace have a chance to come away then on the left-hand side. Benamar forwards for the number 9, Ben Casey. And again, Ben Casey in a battle. Well, he's thrown his heart and soul into everything, Ben Casey, so far. Gets his rewards this time. Another huge battle for him. And Kevon Gray gives away the free kick. Palace have it in a decent position. To the back post. Needs ahead, gets ahead. Over the top. Wasn't a bad ball from Ewan Danaher. Another big, long, searching ball to that back post. Keeper, French, was nowhere near it. Made a bit of a mess in it, really, the keeper. Palace couldn't steer it on target. Good leap in the middle. Leicester get it back. Well, it's quick from Leicester down that right-hand side, but it won't stay in. It's a Palace throw. Bit of a yelp from Casey as he goes down under the challenge. Gentle word to the referee from the Palace bench. Benamar will get us going. Once Palace have found a bit of shape, up there is Montgen and Casey too. Instead he goes back to Samadi, who finds in turn Jack Mason. Danaher still going. Montgen wanted to let it run and then realised he had to get on the end of it. Had to hang a leg out in the end, which gave away the free kick. Just hoping that that would carry on running there, Montgen. And as he looked up, decided he had to go for it. Yeah, I was trying to pick up on that loose one. Couldn't quite get there. Might do this time. Instead, it's Williams who comes away. It's a lovely ball through from Williams. Big chance for Palace. Down to go. Ground goes Casey. And it's a free kick right on the edge. And the referee has a decision to make in terms of which colour card he pulls out here. And it's red. Leicester City down to 10 men. Palace lightning quick on the counter. And that has led to the demise of a Leicester City defender. We'll see it now. Williams for a perfectly weighted ball through for Casey. And the referee says that is a clear goal scoring opportunity. He has to go. Leicester not too keen to get back the 10 yards at the moment. They're a little shell-shocked by that red card. Tantalising possession for a free kick. Seb Williams looks very interested. Benamar will have ideas of his own as well. Surely from here the shot's got to come. As Williams pushed around the post. Just trying to curl it into that bottom right corner. Didn't quite get the contact he'd have wanted, I don't think, the captain. Well, Leicester have defended the corner well there. Well, over half an hour to go, and Crystal Palace have an extra man on the field. Looks like we're making changes. It's the 5th league game that's had a red card in it. Idid has come on for Leicester City, as Leicester are forced to make changes. Going a man down. Throw into Palace. Feel that this game is there for the taking now, the Eagles. Into the area, to the back post. Wantjen just a little too far away from it. It's done well to get it under control though. Give Palace a chance to whip it again, and they do through King. Keeper heads it away. Or pushes it away rather, I'm not sure he headed it. That's just a little too heavy from Lameras. And there's your confirmation. Idid on for Owusu. As Leicester look to reshuffle the pack. Big opportunity for Palace then with that extra man. Southampton lead Chelsea by 2-0 now. Back in possession for Palace. Samadi gives it to Benamar. Feet of Seb Williams. Really stretching his legs now, the captain, to the byline, into the area, still he goes. Challenge does finally come and it's cleared away by Alpha Diallo. Williams in the mood. Danaher lays it off to George King. Cross is a good one. Ben Casey in front of goal. Just couldn't quite steer it on target. And the defender very close to him for company. Delicious little ball into the 6-yard box. Casey couldn't find the target. Goal kick for Leicester then. Don't think they're going to be in too much of a hurry for the rest of the game if things stay this way. Chere's ball out and across to Daniels. Hutchinson on it now. Leicester creeping forward down that left-hand side, and Hutchinson on the turn. Trying to get the cross in, challenged. And it's a corner for Leicester. Well, as things stand, Palace would remain in 8th. On 8 points. A point ahead of Norwich. And a point behind Leicester. So a goal for Palace next would change things. Play on, says the referee, as Leicester have it back. Not too far from the edge of the penalty area. Shot in is deflected away. And Leicester are forced home. And that will give Palace the chance to ease themselves back up the field and put the pressure back on the visitors. Harry French again takes his time. Danaher gets there in the end, but it's back at the feet of a Leicester man, and here will come Idid, the substitute. Good challenge him from Tyler White. Ben Casey doing the hard yards again. And a foul against Casey. It's a free kick to Leicester. And Casey was quick to walk away from that one, as he is on a yellow card. It's a powerful challenge, to say the least. It'll be fine, no. Referee keeping his cards in his pocket for that challenge. Just the free kick for Leicester. Harry French, the Leicester keeper, made sure that he was right in line with where the linesman wanted it, and then threw it 10 yards in front of him. Left-footed and long from French. And will only go out of play for the Palace throw. Arsenal lead over Norwich by a goal to nil. Casey with a goal. Meras trying to find Benamar, but I don't think he's going to get to that one. And Will Lawrence, the Leicester captain, should see that out. Has yet to spring into life for Palace since that red card. I'm sure Leicester will continue to do their best to frustrate at this point. Golden chance for Palace to get back to winning ways. That's good from Lawrence again. He pulls the strings for Leicester there. In front of that back line. Defended by Tyler White, who's happy to just pop it out of play for the throw. And tickets are also available from £1 for the next under-21s game against Spurs next Friday. That's the 1st of November at Sutton United's VBS Community Stadium. For the meantime, Leicester have it, but Palace clear for the moment. It's a bit all over the place at the moment in that midfield. Leicester come away with it. Slide from Tyler White to win it back. Into the middle for Lemeras. Now onto the left for Benamar. Looking for support, he's going to find it in Samadi. Samadi almost able to put it back for Lemeras, but Leicester have got it. And will get it away through Hutchinson. That's brilliant work by Benamar, but in the end he gives the free kick away. Got there. And then was just a little bit too aggressive and pulled his man back and gets the yellow card. Just there, a little too much. Unsurprisingly, Leicester taking a little while. And Tottenham lead West Ham by a goal to nil. Into the area for Leicester. It was momentarily at least, but he's offside. Balaji has to let it go. He's been a little quieter in the second half of Balaji. He caused problems in the first. Caused them further still when he hit the back of the net. Brilliant Benamar equaliser. Cancelling that one out. And we're looking for the second. golden chance for Palace, as I say. That extra man need to take advantage. Big clearance away. Should land at the feet of Charlie Walker-Smith. Samadi wide for Benama. Lameras. King. Oh, and just under the feet and away for the throat. That's a shame. It's just starting to come together for Palace there. Tyler White just took his eye off of it. Throw for Leicester, headed away by White. Played back forward under Ben Casey, but defender got there. Will Daniels inside for Dyke, who smashes long. Palace back in possession. Benama brings it down well, drives towards goal, towards that 18-yard box. He goes down the left-hand side, guarded by two shirts, black shirts, and away will come Leicester. Just got a toe on that. Danaher won the ball back for Palace. That's George King. Samadi wants it, Samadi gets it. Benama rolls it into the path of Lameras down that left side. Lameras jinking, gets the corner. It's taken Lameras a little while to warm up since coming on off the bench. Oh, there's a man down for Leicester. Man back on his feet. And Crystal Palace eventually will get the corner. Benama sticking around as the short option. Also just draws an extra player out of the penalty area with an extra man on the pitch. We'll get there eventually. Here it comes. Towards the edge. Wonderful touch. Play towards the back post. Surely two it is. Well, it was, but only for a few seconds because they looked across to see the flag raised. And there's going to be a Palace change. Oh, Palace make the change. Zach Henry comes on. Montjan, the man to be replaced. "17 minutes or so left to go with this one. Palace coming back from a goal down, looking for that winner after Leicester City went down to 10 men. As it stands, it's shaping up to be the third straight 1-1 draw between the two sides. Into the middle for Palace. Both sides wanted a free kick and neither got one, and Palace will come forward. Ramirez. Header away to the edge of the area. Lovely little touchdown for Benamar. Into the path of Ramirez, but a good strong challenge. This defender came across and it will be a Palace throw. Well, a little discomfort. Means we might have to see the physio here. And indeed, they're being asked to come on. Let's have a look at the goals then, shall we? Leicester City taking the lead through an old familiar face, Lalu Omobalaji. And how about this for a bit of quality from Palace? Seb Williams, cheeky chip to the left-hand side. And Benamar's excellent finish. Levelled things at 1-1. And that's how it stayed up until the break, and it's still that way now. Time for the drinks break. And we're going to take a look at the red card incident as well. Williams again at the thick of it. Ball through for Casey. And the challenge right on the edge of the area left the referee with no choice really. And that's how it stands at the moment. It's Palace 1, Leicester 1. Leicester with one less man on the pitch. Can Palace find a way through and make them pay for that? It's a game that would see Crystal Palace rise above Leicester City if they are to win it. Benamar trying to drop the shoulder and get past his man, but it's very good defending from Will Lawrence. And he draws the free kick for his side. Well, it's been frustrating, Leicester. And that would have been the plan after going a man down. Palace just looking for that one bit of quality to turn it around, complete the comeback. And another substitution for Palace. Off comes Hutchinson. For Leicester, rather. Hutchinson for Delisle. And Lawrence with the throw. Down the line looking for Omobalaji. Finally, Palace do get it away. Hooked, left-footed Danaher. Leicester with the ball up inside the Palace final third for quite some time. Williams is getting frustrated because there's no intention at all from Will Lawrence to get on with it and take the throw. Finally he does. Palace head away. Lawrence can't get that touch to its intended destination. Headed back with interest though from Leicester. Ball on the edge of the area, falls to Charlie Walker-Smith. Nice ball out from him. Chance to chase down the right-hand side for Palace. And some nice skills, a right idea, just couldn't quite get through, and Caleb Dyke will pick up the pieces and clear. Back to the feet of Samadi though, as Palace once again have possession. Nicely read by Delile, the Leicester sub who just came on a moment or so ago. George King driving, goes to ground, gets the free kick. He did well there, George King. I thought for a second he was going to keep going and just ride that challenge. Just a little too much to take him off balance. And a free kick on the angle is useful. Danaher and Benamar, the two stood over it. Danaher's ball in, scrambled, and a little bit of an air kick away that had to be poked out in the end. Samadi gives it out to the right-hand side this time with Walker-Smith. Now Williams. Big, long, searching cross to the back post, nodded down by Casey. Down goes Harry French to grab. We're just about to enter the last 10 minutes of regulation time. Still level. Walker-Smith going home. Mason touching it for the first time in a while. For only momentarily. Samadi has been keen to get on with it. Benamar once more. Lameras, good ball across and over the bar. Wow, it was lovely fluid football from Palace. There's Dean Benamar. He rolls it in for Lameras. A wonderful, wicked left-footed ball across. And Palace have failed to score from about 5 yards out, right in the centre. And that is a good chance gone begging. There's a talking going on over on the Palace bench. I was wondering if we're going to see a substitute. We still yet might. Palace trying to work out how they find that winning goal in these last 8.5 minutes. Lamaras is getting the most of a talking to, and he was the one who just whipped that ball across. I said it earlier, it took him a little while to bed himself in, but that cross there is evidence that he's well and truly in the game now. And there is another change for Palace. And at the opposite end, we've got a Leicester player. Looks as though his days might need numbered as well. Not quite been able to work out who that is just yet. There might be a fair bit of added time in this one, second half. A few other scores around. Southampton, who had a 2-0 lead against Chelsea, now 2-2. Tottenham leading West Brom by 2-0. Arsenal winning against Norwich by 1-0. And there's confirmation of Danaher coming off for OC. A little bit of pressure for Walker-Smith, who's dealt with it okay for now, but the danger certainly isn't over. And that is playing with fire for Palace. Out comes Jack Mason to put the fire out. Palace over the halfway line, now onto the right-hand side. Tyler White trying to give it back to Say, but able to do so, and Palace are going to have to defend just for a moment. Looked like it was a pull. The referee has said play on. Not long to go now. Palace need that winner. Surely just one will do it in this one. Oh, it's going to be another card. Oh, the sub's been subbed. On comes Toko for Leicester City. Palace through. Samadi with the ball at feet, across to Charlie Walker-Smith. Fizzed out to the right-hand side. Good ball down the touchline. Leicester still can't get it away. And then a shot this time from George King. He's wild. And out of play. Goal kick for Leicester City. And Chelsea thought they'd got an equaliser against Southampton. Their second one's been ruled out. And that one, not one of the best moments that George King's had. He's had a pretty good game. He's shown some brilliant moments at times, George King, particularly in the first half. Still searching. Changes are plenty. It hasn't changed the scoreline. Leicester trying to nick it at the end here. Out comes Jack Mason quickly. Into the area for Ben Casey. Out to the right-hand side for Tyler White. Gets it into the near post. Down goes Harry French to clutch. Well, they're going to have to put a bit of pressure on Harry French because he's in no rush. Here we go again. Palace need to get that ball forward. That's what they do. It's direct this time. Casey's going to give chase and watch it go out of play as Reece Keller just sticks a leg out. Throw in to the Eagles. King can only backheel it to Amabalaji. That's kept in and kept in well. Lovely bit of trickery on the Palace right side. Samadi didn't fancy it on the other side. Turns around. Gives it to Walker-Smith. Lameras for Samadi. Goes outside this time. For Benama. Lovely skill from Benama. To the back post. It just keeps on going. Lameras will have to pick it up on the far side. Samadi again will roll in for Benama, who cuts inside. It's a knock to the back post, and I don't think Benama's going to get there. He's not. Frustration for Palace. It's not over yet. I can imagine there's got to be a good 5 minutes of added on time. With that in mind, that leaves us with 7. Harry French over the halfway line. Down to ground goes George King. Free kick given. Walker-Smith goes to the right-hand side once more. Tyler White down the line for a seat. Palace trying to find room to get it across. They get the corner instead, or do they? Yes, they do. Well, linesman thought about it a little longer than perhaps he needed to. The referee's seen something he doesn't like. And that's a booking for the keeper, Harry French, for dissent, I believe. Corner then for Crystal Palace. Right under the keeper's nose. He doesn't keep hold of it. And a whistle's blown. Well, let's look and see just how much contact there was. Maybe it was George King running in. Seemed minimal. And well protected, the keepers. Approaching the 90th minute mark. Harry French has been in no mood to press on with things for quite some time in that Leicester City goal. Really good header on. Manas desperately just trying to scramble across and get there. He did enough on Will Daniels to force him to put it out for the Palace throat. King on the turn. Somebody again to Charlie Walker-Smith, his defensive partner. Tyler White having a check inside, gives it to King. King feeds it into the area, bounced everywhere. Tyler White just couldn't quite keep it in, and another goal kick for Leicester City. Seconds ticking away. Very rarely seen the ball inside Palace's half, unless it's at their own feet in this second half. The Eagles haven't been able to find a way through for that second. They have hit the net. It's been ruled out. Leicester City might just get themselves a smash and grab here. Shot comes in, bounces around, falls to Aidid. And that's just come off the leg of George King and looped up, and Jack Mason had to watch it all the way just to make sure it didn't end up dropping down in his goal mouth. There's a shot from Aidid, and in the end the keeper happy to watch it drop on top of the net, but a corner for Leicester. Frustrating for Palace at the end of this one. Down to the ground is Harry French getting some treatment. Leicester keeper, substitute keeper rather, is warming up, so there might well be a change in between the sticks. That's food for thought for Palace if they can get it up the other end, should that change be made. Southampton and Chelsea has finished. Southampton winning by 2-1. Aston Villa with an 88th minute lead through Moorland. That one's still going. And it's Tottenham 2-1 up against West Brom currently. Corner for Leicester. Headed away, only towards the edge and cleared by Lameras, I think it was. Lawrence being chased all the way by Casey. It's a Leicester throw. Casey quite keen for Lawrence to get on with it. Surely a Palace throw. Oh, it's given to Leicester City. Don't think that's the right decision. And indeed, in no rush at all, we'll give it to his captain. Another throw down the line from Lawrence. And again, Leicester frustrate the Eagles with another throw awarded. And that one goes over the top of everyone, and Palace have to clear. I don't think Tyler White wanted to. But in the end, it was a decision he felt he had to make. We lost all the balls, then we couldn't get one, then we got too many, and that's perfect for Leicester. Any excuse just to let that clock tick down, and they're at the other end now. Palace again having to defend. Leicester will be delighted with that down on their bench. And that finally will be a Palace throw. Is there any time left to get that ball forward? Samadi. Walker-Smith. Samadi again, he will drive. Gives it out wide left for Benema. In fact, it lands at the feet of Williams, who sprays it over to the right-hand side. Brought down by Tyler White. Williams will go for that again to the right-hand side, but it's red this time and out away. Another Palace throw. 96 minutes on the clock, can't be much time left. Leicester away and over the top, and it's going to stay in. Keeper's going to have to get there, and he does. Palace keep it in. King. Samadi. Benema. King again out wide for Benema. Can he keep it in? Too heavy for the tired legs of Benema. Desperately sliding to try and keep that ball in play. Once again, Leicester will take their time to get back on with it. Mason. Samadi. King for Walker-Smith. Work to do to keep that in for Tyler White. Leicester back in possession. Over the top. Still that clock keeps ticking. King on the turn. Up towards the edge of the area, but it's the captain, Will Lawrence, who gets it. And he'll try and keep hold of this ball and run it to the corner if he can. And it's a late challenge from George King. And that is the full-time whistle. And for the third consecutive game between Crystal Palace and Leicester City at under-18s level, it has finished 1-1. Leicester City took the lead earlier on, 15 minutes in fact, with Lalou's Omar-Balaji's goal, his fifth of the season. The former Crystal Palace man netting. An equaliser came through Benamar. A red card came a little later on, about 15 minutes into the second half, and Palace kept going, trying to find that winner. They just couldn't find it, and it ends here. Crystal Palace 1, Leicester City 1.